Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video. Holy crap. So I've been getting this request for months actually about questions that have to do with my business and how I started my business and all those little fun details. So I wanted to go ahead and do this video for you guys as another kind of question and answer on business related things. I've done a couple of these in the past and you guys really love when I do them, and I really love sharing with you guys you know, business related things because it is very stressful. It's very crazy. So I asked you guys on Instagram to send me, I got a new phone by the way for Christmas. I got a new phone, so now I have storage. So I asked you guys to leave me some questions, makeup artist and business question related. So I'm actually gonna go through some of those questions with you guys, and yeah, I'm so excited to answer them. All right, so the first question is how, and I'm answering this first because you've been asking me this for a really long time. So my first question is, how do I carry my chair and my light and everything with me when it comes to my weddings? So I'm gonna share with you guys, of course, how I do that. I'm actually gonna like show you so you guys can see what I do. All right, so here's what I do with putting all of my stuff so I can carry it with me. So I have over here, so I usually bring with me, of course, my chair. So this is the chair that I use to do makeup in because it saves my life, it doesn't hurt my back. This is a lifesaver. Steve actually got this for me for one Christmas, and it's my favorite. If I find it, I think he got it on Amazon like 2 years ago. If I find it, I'll link it down below for you guys because this chair has been a lifesaver for me. So I always bring with me this chair, and then of course I bring with me my ring light. I actually also have a little table that I will bring with me here and there, but again, I don't have that up here with me, it's in my basement, but I will share with you guys kind of how I do that or put that in as well. So how I carry everything with the chair comes with this bag. So this is the bag that the chair actually came in. So that's what I love about using this chair. It's a pretty good sized bag. As you can see, it covers up my body. So what I do is I bring, so this is like a little, sorry, I just put my camera like this so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So this is the footrest. Footrest. I bring back up here, so like I'm pretending like I'm packing up for a wedding so you guys can see exactly what I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and strap this in. If you get this chair, you'll learn how to do this really quick and really easy. So to fold the chair up, you kind of put your arms on either side of the seat, use the front of your arms, and you just kind of bring it in. So it comes in like this. It also has two straps on the side, so you can carry it this way if you were somebody who's just like moving it around. But I have to put it in the bag since I do have a light with me. And I also have like my rolling case that I'm carrying also in this process. So what I do is I put the bag around the chair, the first like that. Flip it around, and then I put the legs into the bag as well. So that I have this like this, I can carry it around this way. But how I put the light in is, so what I do is I zip up the bag just at the front end. So just at this, so of course nothing slides out this way, just zip it up the front. So the whole back is open this way. Hi, Sophia. So then when it comes to the light, you want to go ahead. I actually have an extension cord attached to the light, which is another really great tip, because you never know where there is a plug when you go to weddings at a hotel or anything. It could literally be on the other side of the room. So definitely make sure you have an extension cord either with you, or I just keep mine attached on here. So as you can see, you have the fabric from the chair here, or the other side. Let me flip this around so you guys can see. Ooh, okay. Or the other side is the little table side that comes on the side of the chair. So what I do is I actually put my light on the side with the table here. So I just slide it in, of course making sure the ring light side is on the side with the, you know, zipper. You want to tuck your, you know, extension cord in, everything like that. And voila. So this is how I carry my stuff. And then so I put another little table on the other side. And so the way that I carry this is, you know, there's a couple ways you could do it. This is in my expertise in the, since I've been doing this and carrying this, so you're not killing your back, you're not doing anything like that, is actually not carrying it this way because it's too heavy for your wrist. So what I do is I keep it around my elbow this way, and to help more with like controlling it, because in this hand is my roll along. To help kind of control how I'm going, I hold my chair like this. So I'm going down the thing, I'm just like this, rolling it along with this. And like I said, your hand is kind of taking the majority of the weight off of your elbow and your arm. So you're able to kind of control where you're going if you're going into elevators and things like that. And like I said, actually holding your chair like this takes some of the weight off. So you're not like struggling or anything like that. All right, my next question is, how many brides or people do you do a month on average? So I mean, that changes obviously depending on the month. Like I said, I've always said that my craziest months are June, September, October, and November. Those months are literally, I mean like this September coming up, I have a wedding every single Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you're talking about brides, obviously that's what, 3 times 6? 3 times 4, so that's 12 brides. And then people, I mean, that's countless. I mean, last year I had altogether 71 weddings that I did. So this year I haven't counted, I actually should do that. But this year I'm pretty much thinking I'm gonna get very similar in that range of how many weddings I do. But the amount of people, like I said, it can range from a wedding party being 9, 10, 11 people to a very small wedding party of 2, 3, you know. So like I said, I don't know the exact amount of people I do every month, but like I said, months like, you know, January and February are a lot slower than compared to a month like September and October. So it really depends on the month. What wedding time it is. What do you do in your spare time between weddings and stuff? Do you have clients during the week? So since I mainly work on the weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the days that I have kind of, I don't want to say off, because I feel like when you have your own business, you're like never really off the clock. You pretty much work 24/7. So like Monday, well, I'll kind of go through like maybe what my weeks are like. So Monday is usually like my day off, because when you have weddings all weekend, the last thing I want to do is like do anything on Monday. But my day off consists of sleeping till like 9, 9:30, getting up, relaxing, watching some TV, and like showering. Like that is my day off. You know, I'm still answering emails, I'm still doing little things here and there, but for the most part, like that's my day off where I don't book any appointments. I don't really do much. I just pretty much sleep in and shower. Like that's my day off. Tuesday, I usually either schedule trials or appointments to come to the house. Wednesday is kind of like my only day where I can actually either like film a video, again, book other appointments, or my day that I can either go run errands, go grocery shopping, or I will do laundry, housework, things like that. So Wednesday is kind of like my flexible day where I can kind of do anything. Thursday is the day where I really focus on getting everything ready for the whole weekend with weddings and appointments and everything like that. And then it's Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, and then the whole week, you know, starts over again. I feel like my weeks, I can't, honestly, sitting here, I can't believe it's actually Friday. I never realized how fast time flies until I started working in makeup and in the wedding industry, because time really flies by so fast. And I'm sleeping in on Monday, before you know it, it's Thursday, and I gotta start work all over again. And it's like, you still need hours in a day, you know what I mean? So I try and do a lot during the week. But sometimes it's just, you know, like filming, it's always gotten in the way. Like I've never had time to film and edit and everything like that because something's come up. But, you know, you just I try my best to keep busy and just get everything done, so I don't have to worry about all the little things on the weekend while I'm working and doing weddings. Okay, how do you start building clients as a new artist, and what is your pricing? Start building clients. So you really just need to kind of get yourself out there. Like for me, I do a lot of advertising. So when I first started my business, advertising was a huge thing for me. Instagram is also a place where I've noticed I do get clients. So you really have to watch and kind of research what the best hashtags to use. You never really think about it that way, but you know, using hashtags, whether it's like the venues that are around you, or you know, like for me, New Jersey makeup artist or New Jersey brides, you know, like those are hashtags that brides look at. And so you want to kind of research what other hashtags people are using. And if you use them, you know, when brides are searching for a makeup artist, Instagram is a huge tool. Social media is a huge tool. So make sure you have like an Instagram, obviously a Facebook account. Make sure that you are putting yourself out there and posting regularly so that people can find you. You know, I would say first year and second year are kind of the years that like you're just still getting started. Second year I'm including because a lot of people book their weddings a year and a half in advance. So with your first and second year, yeah, they're a little bit slower. Second year obviously picks up a lot more. In my second year, I doubled what I was doing with my first year. But a lot of it is just, again, word of mouth. And making sure that you're getting your name out there, getting your business. When I was also first starting, I did a lot of bridal shows where I would, you know, go to places and do bridal shows. I believe they cost like $300-400 depending on your area. And I would put myself out there that way. I remember Steve would he would take a huge chunk of my business cards and just go and like put them on like billboards at like a bagel shop, you know, like just stupid things like that. Maybe it might not even have worked, but you know, just getting yourself out there. And I think, like I said, a lot of word of mouth I think is a huge way, and referrals is how you'll get business also. When it comes to pricing, it really has to do with what area you're in. So being that I'm in the New York, New Jersey, tri-state area, weddings are the most in New York and New Jersey. Like ridiculous, like the prices are absolutely insane. So with that, my pricing might be a little bit higher than someone in Wisconsin or North Dakota or something like that, you know what I mean? So you really have to kind of research what is out there and also kind of compare your work to what you see other people. You know, don't price yourself too low. I think that when I was starting with my business, like I was starting off with doing makeup for like $50 for each person. Now I'm up to $80, $85. But I took those $50 jobs just so I could start to get my business going and get my name out there. I think you just gotta like pay your dues in a sense. So taking those little $50 jobs, yeah, they didn't give me much, but it started to get my name out there. And it started to help me like building my portfolios. Can you do a video on the business side of booking weddings, like business cards, where to get them in your opinion, and how to get a website up, things like that, if you know what I mean. Thank you. Okay, so when it comes to business cards, booking weddings, website. So business cards, when I first started, I made business cards. I think it was on like Zazzle or something, Z-A-Z-Z-L-E. And I made very kind of like generic business cards. It was like my name and it was like a lipstick on the front. So yeah, it shows that you're a makeup artist. But they were very just like blasé, like nothing too attractive about them. Like I knew if someone saw them, they'd be like, okay, like it's a lipstick. I really wanted to get a new business card because I also started and built my own website, and I wanted my business card to match my website. So my business card I have, it's just a picture of me. It says Ashley Landry Makeup Artist, and the picture that I use is actually this one right here because I just felt like it was like really like striking, like not of course like giving myself props because of course it is a picture of me, but I just felt like it was really like captivating and just like striking, and I thought that it would just really, you know, attract people to the business card and just really like be an eye catcher. So I used this picture and I used it as the front page of my business as well. So I thought, you know, keeping the brand with the same image and keeping, you know, it very, you know, like kind of like well known in a sense, like when you see that image, you also can relate it to like my website in a sense. So, you know, it all kind of comes around in the same respect. So I use this image, and so I put it on my business card. I made new business cards at Vistaprint. Vistaprint, I think, is a really great website. I actually used them when I was doing bridal shows as well. I got a banner from them. I made like little index cards. So I really love Vistaprint, and they always have commercials on the TV for like specials. Like you can spend like $5.99 for 500, you know, in business cards or something like that. So Vistaprint is really cool, and you can go on there and just like customize and personalize your business card yourself. You can design it for yourself. When it comes to a website, so I built my website myself. They do have services out there where people will build a website for you. I built my website myself, and the platform that I do it through is Squarespace. I actually had a Wix website when I first started, and I hated it. I thought it was just so like busy, and I felt like I just wasn't getting my info across, and I didn't like it. So I have a lot of photographer friends from the industry, and I saw a couple of them having a really like beautiful website, and I saw that they were using Squarespace, and so I use Squarespace. It's really, really, really easy to create a website through Squarespace, and it's really inexpensive. I think I spend, with the domain name and my Squarespace account, I think it's like $225 I spend for the year. There's like a bunch of layouts. You can create your own layout, do everything, you can put your own logo on it. It's a really, really great website. So if you're building your own website, I would recommend Squarespace. Like I said, it's really, really easy. And I know like it's GoDaddy out there and everything like that, but I feel like Squarespace, you can really customize it. And for my opinion, like with my own personal taste and like design and stuff like that, I love Squarespace more. I also got the question of trying to figure out how to start writing a contract for brides. In your opinion, do you know of a good website I can look at or suggest on what to say in a contract? So contracts, of course, do them. And I recommend 100% to do contracts. 100% if you don't have a contract with your hair, makeup, I would definitely do it. And you wanna make sure like it's a good contract. It looks professional, you type it out, because I've had brides that literally like have people send them like a piece of paper with like written name, date, deposit, balance, done. And like that's what they said on like a manila paper. Like, what are you doing? Like, make it professional because you wanna look professional. So I actually have 4 pages of my contract. The first page, at the top, I pretty much just say like, you know, congratulations, thank you for choosing me. I have a date in which they have to send the contract back by. I'm gonna definitely show you exactly what I have going on here. So, okay, yeah, so the first page, like I said, that's pretty much where I share all of the services that people will get. Page 2 is pretty much just sharing with them additional fees, a little piece of hair, and things that cover you. So I have laid out my travel fee, so how I calculate travel fee. I have, if there are parking fees, they need to pay for parking fees. I do have a option if people want to stay for touch-ups, so I kind of describe staying for touch-ups, things like that. A cancellation policy. So for me, I'll tell you guys what my stuff is if this is something that will help you. So like for my cancellation policy, I said if under any circumstance you need to cancel your date, you have 2 months before your reserve date to do so. If canceled by then, and or if the makeup artist cancels the service at any time for any reason, the refund will be returned back to the client. If canceled after the 2 months, the deposit will not be refunded. So that secures you, and that helps you as the makeup artist. It's saying if anything happens after the 2 months before your wedding, if you cancel with me, I keep the deposit. If you or I cancel ahead of time, then I will give the deposit back to you. So that just kind of pretty much just saves your butt. If something happens where they get canceled or something happens with the wedding, that saves you. Next, I have a liability. So I have down all makeup brushes and makeup products are kept sanitary during and after each makeup application, which of course is very important. All products I use are high-end and the best of the best. The client agrees to release the makeup artist from liability for any skin complications due to allergic reactions. So I'm always very open about the products I use, and I do get a lot of brides that like ask me what makeup products you use, what brands, so on and so forth. I've had a lot of people that ask like if I use organic. I've had certain brides that have celiac disease that can't have any gluten. So things like that. You have to want it. I think it's important to put something like that in a contract, because God forbid something happens or somebody has an allergic reaction or something happens, you are not liable. I also have photography and photos, which just pretty much is saying I can take pictures of you and then post them on my website, Instagram, and my platforms that I can, you know, showcase your makeup and everything like that. I also have a section when it comes to payments and terms, when to give the payment, everything like that. I think it's really important to have something like this on, because in my experience, payment and balance sometimes gets lost in the way and you get so many questions about it. And sometimes you kind of have to be a little strict when you get paid, because it's like you are providing a service, and sometimes getting paid is just, it's a touchy subject. So just make sure you put something in there with when you get paid, and, you know, making sure that everyone gives you the exact balance. Like, you don't have any money to give them back. Like, I don't ever have change on me. So when someone asks me, do you have like a 5? I never have change on me. So that's something to really put in there. So page 3 of my contract just shows the whole breakdown of my pricing. You know, how much it is for wedding day makeup, pre-trial makeup, how much it is for everyone that is getting makeup done. So it's just like a breakdown of my pricing. I also have the whole bottom half blank, so I can share and show, kind of like for school, I show my work for how I came up with the travel fee calculation. So I kind of have that down there as well. And then the last page of my contract is the invoice. So the invoice, of course, is for their personal record, so that they know exactly what is due the day of their wedding. It also gives info to me, because I ask, I double check like 10 times with what the date is of their wedding, because my biggest fear in life is that I'm gonna mix up somebody's wedding day or put down the wrong day in my book or something. So I literally ask like 5 times what the wedding day is. Put that down. I ask for the address for where they need me to go. So not only do I know the address, but that also gives me the address to calculate the travel fee. I ask what time they need to be ready, just so I know for scheduling purposes if I can schedule things before or after. So I ask, you know, what time you need to be ready and have everybody ready by. I also have that I know how many people are getting makeup done besides the bride. This number usually fluctuates, and I ask everyone to let me know exact amount a couple weeks, actually 2 weeks before, just so I have the exact amount. If that exact amount changes after the 2 weeks, like when we're getting closer to the wedding day, then they have to pay the, you know, if it's 7 people, they tell me exact on 2 weeks, but it changes to like 5, they still have to pay me for the other 2 people, because it's not fair. And I actually don't like that, because I feel bad for having people pay for someone who's not getting makeup done. But it's more of a thing for me, because, you know, it's not a fixed income, you know what I mean? On my, you know, kind of standpoint, if you're a makeup artist or a hairdresser, you don't have a fixed income every single year. So you kind of rely on the money. And it's just like, if you show up there last minute and they're like, oh, by the way, it's not 8 people anymore, it's 3. Well, I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, crap, like there goes $300, $400 I thought I was getting. I have that in there just to, you know, like for my sanity, to know that like I need an exact number by this date, like by the 2 weeks before your wedding. If I don't have the exact number and it changes, like you have to pay the difference. So I have that. I also have a travel fee if they want me to stay for touch-ups, additional parking, the deposit amount for each bridesmaid, just so I have it on the contract so they know this is the price, and then I have the balance due for the bride. I also have it on the bottom, blanks that they have to sign saying that I have reviewed all the content in this contract and I agree with everything, blah, 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 blah. So that's pretty much what my contract says. I put it together as just doing some research on other makeup artists and other hairdressers' contracts out there. You could also, like I said, research that and they will come up with actually the contracts. You can just download the PDFs and see what they have. That's pretty much how I came up with my contract. That's how I found like the liability, and I'm like, oh crap, like that's a really good thing to put in. So if you want to research it, you definitely can, and you'll find stuff out there that you can put in that is really, really good to put in a contract, so it saves your little patootie. And I think like other things when it comes to business, I think just, you know, when it comes to like having a successful business, I think I get this you know, question with like, you know, how the customer service, things like that. A lot of it is just like, honestly, like it's a lot of common sense. Like I just always make sure that I treat my customers and my clients like I would want to be treated. And it's also a lot having to do with like when you go into a wedding, make sure you're nice to everybody, because I'm telling you from personal experience, one, it's a small world and you never know when you're going to see that person again. So always, 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 always be nice to everybody. Always keep in the back of your mind, people that are single or people that are engaged, you could be their next makeup artist or you could get work from them. So like I said, always be nice. Always make sure you have business cards on you. I have had many, many occasions where I will like a couple weeks ago, Steve and I went to a jewelry store because he wanted to change the batteries in his watches. And I was talking with the jeweler and we got on the subject of weddings and stuff like that. And Steve started to tell her about, you know, how I do a lot of weddings and makeup for weddings. And we just talked back and forth, and she was telling me, you know, like she's always, the brides that she does rings for, she's always looking for makeup artists. And so I actually had some business cards in my wallet. So I went out to my car, got her business card, and I gave her a business card. I keep business cards in my wallet, and I also keep a chunk of them in my purse that I take with me to weddings, because again, I've had so many occasions where bridesmaids or people that get makeup done will always ask me, do you have a business card? I've never had crazy brides. If I have, I take those as learning experiences. So I will say, like, when it comes to like my contract and how I do things, it has definitely evolved from when I first started my business and first started doing weddings. Like I was so lenient when I first started my business because I didn't know. And as you continue to do weddings and as you continue to meet people, you're like, okay, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna add this in my contract, I'm gonna do this, 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 and this. So just know that I think as you go through the process and as you go through bookings and weddings and things, you will continue to learn as you go. And know that even me sitting here, like I feel like I can give you guys all the answers, but even me, some things come along that just blow your mind. And you sit here and you're like, I thought I was doing everything right for myself, for the brides, make it so easy for everybody. And believe me, sometimes things happen that will blow your mind. But again, you just keep going. You keep doing what you do. Don't let one person ruin it for everybody else also. Like I always am like, you know, every single bride has always made it so easy for me, except for this one, or except for this that happened. So don't be like a crazy drill sergeant with, you gotta pay me this, this. Just make the experience good for your brides and your clients, because I think that that will come back and be good for you in the end. So I hope that my answers really helped you guys. And if you have any other questions, either let me know in the comments down below, or I'm very active on my Instagram. So definitely reach out to me on Instagram, and I'll probably 100% more answer you on Instagram than here on YouTube. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really love doing these videos, and I can't wait to start filming more videos since I've kind of been absent for a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.